everybody, and welcome back to Top Rope Reality, episode 24, part 4. And this is the conspiracy part here, where we're going to talk about...
We do enjoy the conspiracy theories.
Yeah, we got a few more left. I think next week, maybe the last one, will be the Bret Hart screw job, Montreal screw job.
He was in on it.
So, then we're going to start on our John Cena.
Uh-oh.
We got some John Cena's coming countdowns, and it's not going to be part of countdown, but the John Cena parts are going to be pretty interesting.
How many people he got fired?
How many people he screwed over? Yeah,
Kenny Dykstra. He had potential, people.
Well, let's talk about Hall.
Ric Flair. He had potential. I'm sorry. Getting on tape.
That doesn't mean anything. A lot of people beat people they shouldn't beat.
That's true.
But
talked to Little Paige about that this weekend too.
I know.
We're not going to give comments on that though.
Poor LePage getting screwed over by some nobody.
Sad.
But now we're going to talk about Nash and Hall. Were they sent to WCW to destroy it by Vince McMahon?
If they were, it's not a bad plan because they made a lot of money out of it.
A lot of people made a lot of money out of it.
Yep.
Okay, we're signing they can't be no fire contracts here.
Hall and Nash were legitimate stars in WWE, and both their contracts were coming to an end. After acquiring Hogan in '94, WCW is hungry for some more superstars from the WWE roster, so Hall and Nash were on their radar. A bidding war ensued, but due to Ted Turner's deeper pockets, he ultimately won out and signed both stars. WCW soon became the number one wrestling promotion in the world, but over the years, due to poor booking, terrible management decisions, and exuberant spending, they eventually were bought out by the WWE. Was this Vince McMahon's idea all along? Think about it for a second. He had some great up-and-coming stars with the likes of Triple H and Steve Austin, so why not artificially drive up the price of some of their other wrestlers to squeeze money out of their rivals? Even though the short-term effects would be negative, their long-term goals were much higher. Also, with the introduction of two more high-profile stars, other members of the WCW roster started demanding higher contracts.
I mean, it sounds like he did.
Therefore, causing WCW to start pouring more and more money into their already aging roster. Did this really happen? Probably not, considering that WCW dominated WWE in the ratings for 84 straight weeks, and as a savvy of a businessman Vince McMahon is, it is unlikely that he would want his company to look weak by losing more top stars than their competitor. But I could see where he would say he had Triple H, he had The Rock coming up, he had Steve Austin coming up, he had Foley.
You don't know how it's going to go.
Right.
But you can make yourself look like you're a beaten person.
Right.
They're over there grinning, they're over there smiling, they're out giving out money, because Eric Bischoff said himself, what am I going to do? Hey, they're taped, I'm live, I'm going to give away their results.
See, and Vince could have been like, you know what? He might be that crazy to do that.
Oh, he may be that crazy to do that.
So Vince could have said, well, Eric Bischoff's going to do that, so that makes us look like a babyface in the whole situation. We feel bad for WWE. And then you give away who wins the championship, and it all turns around right there.
Yeah, that was a slap in the face. Man, you think you're gay? Here, watch this. We're going to tell them. Tell them that Mick Foley won. Mankind won the title. Yeah, that'll put butts in the seats.
I can understand if they wanted to go the route of saying, Savio Vega beat Jeff Jarrett this week, or
Yokozuna squashed some nobody.
Right. That's one thing. But when you gave away the main event information, you caused them to go the other direction. But it is actually kind of smart. But it is kind of smart that they went that direction, sending both of them over there, demanded huge money.
Hogan already there, so Hogan was the stick.
Right.
Hogan was, because in the new show on the network for $9.99, the WCW, WWE Wars, Monday Night Wars, Hogan, we know how Hogan is. He was doing his Tropical Thunder in Paradise or whatever it is. And they said that Eric come over there and talked to him and wanted him to join WCW. And he's like, I'm out of the rest of you, whatever. You're just getting that paycheck up.
Right.
I mean, the
more they push, the more money they show.
Oh, yes. If they want you bad enough, because they think it, then you got Savage. Then you got Mean Gene and Bobby Heenan, and then you got Hacksaw, and you get the Nasty Boys, and you get Boss Man, and Perfect, and Piper, and it's just on and Rude, and it just keeps going on and on. And they're getting these big contracts, and Ted's just, billionaire Ted. Yes, Eric, whatever you want, Eric.
Blank checks. That wasn't smart business. Number one.
No, it's never smart business.
Not smart business to do blank checks like that.
And you give a lot of them control.
You gave a lot of them creative control, but then on top of that whole situation, it doesn't add up that they would give. Okay, they're gonna put people in charge of WCW that have no wrestling experience whatsoever, just a bunch of suits. If Ted Turner loved wrestling,
he loves wrestling.
He loves wrestling. If he loves wrestling so much, then why in the world would he not say, you know what? Let's get legitimate wrestlers that are retired, that know what they're doing, are legitimate promoters that have gone under because of Vince, and bring them in instead of just doing what TNA is doing now. Oh, we'll give Russo a chance here. We'll give Ed Ferrara a chance here. We'll give Jim Cornette a chance here. That's what they did in WCW.
And we're bringing in, let's bring in Kurt Angle, Christian,
right.
Hogan.
The formula didn't work for WCW. The formula clearly is not working for TNA.
No.
TNA needs to go with homegrown talent like they originally did with AJ Styles, and they had one main eventer from the other eras. And that was Jeff
you look at this, they got Hogan, they're top, Hogan. People who don't watch wrestling knows Hulk Hogan is a wrestler. That draws your interest, it does. But look who left. You had the Radicals leave. And you had Benoit, Dean Malenko, Eddie,
if Vince was involved in this, he basically was actually thinking ahead, because he said, send all the older guys over there to WCW, the younger guys will get fed up, and then I'll show them, oh, I got these contracts over here, and it's more of a handshake agreement of saying, look, if you do well, I'll get you paid more money. If you help us out of this rut, I'll pay you more money. And that could have been his way of bargaining.
Because you got Jericho. Jericho was crapped on. He was left for nothing.
Yep.
And look what he became.
Yep. First ever
undisputed. And then you got Luger. Luger went. He jumped. One night over. He was like wrestling for WWE Sunday night.
Yep.
Because he's on a handshake deal with Vince. And then Monday night on their first Nitro, he was there.
There you go.
So, I mean...
And it made Rude look like, it was the same Monday night.
And then Rude,
They taped it. They taped it, and he was on the same Monday night on Raw as he was on Nitro. I almost said SmackDown. That's scary. But, one and the same, really, anyway.
They say it's not true, but if you look at some things, it could have been true.
It kind of points in the direction that, hey, that is a feasible idea.
You know when he did the NWO angle in WWE, when he poisoned his own company?
There you go.
Could that have been something off of this? That he sent poison to destroy WCW from inside?
There you go. Could be like, now I get to use it for myself.
Because who's the winner? The WWE. Where's WCW? They're all in the vault in video form.
And you can watch it for $9.99.
On the WWE Network for just $9.99.
Here's the funny thing. They always talk about how great WCW was, and I was a big fan of WCW. But here's the thing. You don't see WCW one night only. WCW one night stands.
No.
There's something about that ECW that they got that stuff over and over. These DVDs. The WCW DVDs did well too, but the ECW DVDs did so well that they made their own brand. And I guess one of the reasons is because WCW was WWE light form, just like TNA is.
Yes.
So why would you do a one night stand with WCW? Unless you just brought the older guys back that were mainly known for being in WCW, during the heyday. I can understand that, but that just shows how much they think about WCW. They don't promote it like that.
Well, one of these episodes we will do what they could have done with WCW.
Oh
yeah. And we have a few things.
They could have turned it around.
Yeah, because our next time we do a what's it called? I forgot what it's called now. A little thing we did when we talk about stuff, but that's never mind. It'll come up later on about WCW because you're part about WWE won the war. Now they don't really care anymore.
That's true.
So
it's
final thoughts. That's it.
That's the name.
On our another final thoughts, we got one that he's come up with on WWE, which I love it, and I think that's going to be next week. But we'll do one on WCW. What it could have been, what they should have done when they purchased WCW. It should have been WCW.
A whole other show.
Should have been where SmackDown is.
Yep.
And not have anything to do.
Should have never invaded them. Should have made them, put them on a network. Just, change SmackDown completely. Yes. Take all those WWE guys and leave them on Raw. Put all the WCW people on almost said SmackDown, where SmackDown used to be, and put it as Nitro.
But we will talk about that on another final thoughts.
There you go.
Because your next one is going to be a good one.
It is going to be good.
It's called "They Won the War." Now what? Or what else?
They won the war, lost the passion.
That's it. That's it.
Go.
Won the war, lost the passion, which is true. Well, that's it for part 4 And we'll come up to part 5 next, where we're going to talk. We're having our SummerSlam recap.
Which we did horrible.
We did terribly on the picks.
Which is okay. I'm glad that WWE changed some stuff up because we were going right along with what they were doing, and they did some things different.
And then we're gonna, after we do our SummerSlam, we're gonna talk about 1998.
There you go.
Go around a little champion to see how that year came out.
There you go.
We'll be right back for part 5 right here on YouTube for Top Rope Reality, episode 24.